You know that dream of plugging in your electric car and getting hundreds of miles of range in, like, the time it takes to grab a coffee? Well, that's not a dream anymore, it's actually happening. But here's the thing you probably haven't thought about. This incredible leap in tech has a wild connection to one of the world's oldest precious metals. And it might just be setting the stage for a massive squeeze in a global market you'd never expect.
So here's the game plan. We're going to start with that 5-minute EV dream. Then we'll uncover the secret super metal that makes it all possible. We're also going to look at how giants like Samsung are making huge bets on it, and then we'll connect all the dots to a potential supply squeeze that could really shake things up.
All right, first up, the 5-minute EV dream. This is the promise of instant power, the thing that could finally make electric cars a no-brainer for absolutely everyone. We're talking about charging your car as fast as you fill a tank with gas. So just how close are we? Well, check this out. This is not science fiction anymore. We're seeing headlines from companies like BYD talking about systems that can give you 470 kilometers of range in just 5 minutes. And then you've got Samsung discussing solid-state batteries that could get a 600-mile charge in only 9 minutes. The game is changing, and it is changing fast.
Yep, 5 minutes. That has become the new gold standard. It's the benchmark the entire industry is now racing towards, and it solves one of the single biggest hurdles for people adopting EVs, that pesky charge time.
So how on earth is this actually possible? I mean, how do you pump that much energy into a battery that quickly without, things catching on fire?
The answer isn't just about some newfangled battery chemistry. No, it's about finding a material that can safely and efficiently handle this insane flow of power and the crazy amount of heat it creates.
And that material is silver. It's the true supermetal. It has these unique properties that are just perfect for this incredibly demanding job. And the key thing to know is this. It is the single best conductor of both electricity and heat of any metal on the entire planet.
So what makes silver so special here? Well, it's kind of like a triple threat. It can handle these extreme electrical loads without breaking a sweat. Its ability to pull heat away is just off the charts, and it can resist really high temperatures. When you're pushing that much power that fast, other materials would literally just melt. Silver makes sure the power flows efficiently and, most importantly, safely.
Okay, now this is where the story gets really interesting. Let's look at how one of the world's biggest tech companies is making a very telling and pretty unusual move to lock down its supply of this critical metal. This is just fascinating. Instead of just buying silver on the open market like most companies would, Samsung actually made a deal to directly finance a silver mine down in Mexico. They are going straight to the source.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? This is not business as usual. It's a huge strategic move that basically screams that they believe silver is absolutely critical for their future. They are anticipating a massive need for it, and they want to guarantee they can get their hands on it.
And this brings us right to the absolute core of the issue, the mind-boggling amount of silver these new technologies might actually need. Okay, get ready for this, because this is the number that changes everything. A typical EV on the road today uses somewhere between 20 and 50 grams of silver. But these new, next-gen solid-state batteries, they're estimated to need around 1,000 grams. That's a full kilogram. We are not talking about a small increase here. This is an exponential leap in demand for every single car that rolls off the line.
So you have this potential explosion in new demand, and it's colliding head-on with a global silver market that is, let's just say, already stretched incredibly thin.
Now, what's really important to see here is how the silver market has already had this fundamental shift. We've moved from years and years of having a surplus to a period where there's a chronic structural deficit, meaning we're using more than we're producing. And here's the kicker. This is happening before the huge demand from these new batteries even hits the market.
And you have to keep in mind, industrial use already makes up about 60% of all silver demand. So this isn't just about coins and jewelry, it's a critical industrial metal. And that industrial slice of the pie, that's the part that's about to get way, way bigger.
So you might be asking, well, why not just mine more silver? If only it were that simple. The supply is what economists call inelastic. About 75% of all silver is just a byproduct of mining for other stuff, like copper, lead, and zinc. So you can't just flip a switch and get more silver, even if the price skyrockets. You'd have to mine a whole lot more of those other metals, and that's just not how it works.
Okay, so let's put all these pieces together and see how these forces could fundamentally reshape the entire silver market for years to come.
It's so important to understand that this new EV demand isn't happening in a vacuum. It's being layered on top of already surging demand from solar panels, from 5G networks, data centers, and AI hardware, all of which need a ton of silver. It's basically a perfect storm of demand coming from nearly every major tech trend out there.
So what happens when you have rocketing demand from all sides and a supply that just can't keep up? Well, you get the potential for some serious volatility. It could force a complete repricing of a metal that, while it's been around forever, is becoming more essential to our modern world than ever before.
And that leaves us with one last big question. We're all excited about this clean, efficient electric future that's being built as we speak. But the materials that make that future possible, they have their own stories, their own complex market dynamics. So the question really is, are we prepared for their true cost?